Hello, folks, and welcome back to the last Starship. Last we left off, we got this, which is our gas collector, which I'm excited about for lots of reasons, but it's going to help us out in being able to do some things here. Mainly being able to get this, whatchamacallit, where's that? Resin. That's what I need. We need to be able to manufacture the resin. Last time we also went over to the foundry. Foundry, there it is. And we started making actuators, which requires us to have metallic minerals and copper. We get those into ingots. With the copper and the metal, we make a motor. And then over here, we also are going to go ahead and make a frame, which we have a bunch of. And then the frame and it gets made into a Stargate frame. The Stargate frame and the motor get added into and become the actuator. So it's a process, but it does work. We are up to, let's see, we have this one, we have 57 of them. Great. Over here, we have far less in the way of crates. I actually am going to change this one here very quickly over into actuators. Mainly just so we have more space to do all this, because right now this one is close to filled and we need to get up to what, 250 of these actuators. We're at 63 right now. So I'd rather just have a little bit more space to do a little bit more work there and not have to worry about it. We will probably have to come back to this at some point in the near future to do all this stuff. But again, we can automate a lot of this process. I just need to buckle down and do it. That's going to be something we do later. I'll come back to the recipes area, wherever that's at. There it is, recipes, and track is what we're looking for. We need a frame, an assembly table to make track. That's coming, but we need some time to do that. All right, so let's go back to our gas collector here. And we actually have another ship in its vicinity. I'm thinking I might add another docking port to this side, not because we need it, but just because it gives us options. And that's kind of what I want to do. So I'm going to go into trade here, docking port, just the one, confirm that. I also want to go over to trade here because there's some things we can do that I've neglected to do since we start. We have all this stuff, and what we can do is we can just go to the drop down here and we can sell above 0, confirm. So that means that anytime we have that, we're selling it. Same with this guy, sell above 0, confirm. This guy, sell above 0, confirm. I just basically want to get all of this stuff out. And unfortunately, all of these are partial, so we can't sell them. We can't do anything with them right now. We have to fill them up the rest of the way. A couple other things I was noticing here. Not only can you go down to this little drop down here, you can buy above a certain number. So right now we have... so we're going to buy drones. If it's below 4, we want to buy them. How many crew do we have on this ship? 18. So we need to buy these. So we're going to buy when it's below 18. Confirm. And that, you see, the minus already happened. It already bought stuff for us. So we should have 18 of those things. The components, we don't do anything with those yet. I know we need to do that, but right now I'm going to sell those because I don't want them on board. All of this stuff I want to, for bullets, it's below 10. I want to buy railgun stuff. If it's below 10, I want to buy. And the cannons, if it's below 10, I want to buy. Okay. All that's just going to help us be able to do stuff. Same with this, like the FTL drives. If it's below, let's say, I want 24. We're going to buy it. You can see we just spent $34,000 because we were below that. Fuel, if it's below 12, we're going to buy. All right, we still haven't done anything with the ice grinder. I'm interested in that, and I'm not worried about those tanks or anything like that. So I'm going to go and install our docking port, and that's going to go on to this side right there. Do we need any cables or anything? No. You would think there'd be cables associated with that, but there's not. So this guy's getting filled up. All of our FTL fuel is doing its thing. We can come out of battle stations. We're armed up right now. And that's going to facilitate us being able to do more of that kind of stuff. I need to see if we have compost too. Yeah, we have those. So we're going to buy that. And also, when it falls below 6, let's say, or 4, let's do 2 actually. we're going to buy. Because we're not being able to make a lot of our own food right now because our compost, although we got plenty of food, it's just that we can do better. Okay, so we got more of research done with hydroponics. Fantastic. Waste processing is kind of what I'm thinking next, but not really necessary. We might go to logistics level 2. You see these blueprints, which means we're not reliant on being able to or buy them at a port. We can manufacture all this stuff ourselves, which is super cool. I think the next one we're going to do is this one. So I'll begin research on that. I do want to go back out to the foundry because we need, this tank is filling up. We're a water purifier that. We have one other item here, which is the oxygen maker. It uses electrical power to extract oxygen from water. So that can go over here. We can put that right in line. And then we can go with our piping. Oh, we need power first. We get power because it makes me feel better. All right, there we go. Our pipes, water's going to go on there. And then we can take our oxygen and just run it down into wherever it is. Do we have a storage tank? No, unfortunately not. Okay. But let me go ahead and run those pipes. So that oxygen is going to come down here. I'm just going to put it against the wall. I don't think it really matters all that much. And that's going to hook up with that. And the reason for all of this is that it's going to help us out longer term here. So we have a whole bunch of stuff waiting to go. We're just not ready for it quite yet. You see, these guys are just blazing through doing their job. Fantastic. We're probably going to put another bank of the mining lasers over here as well. And then we might put more drones over here or put them over here. This spot over here probably makes more sense to put them over to. And then we'll do all of that. I can't set any trading stuff up for this one yet because we're not there. So we can't trade. I would love us to be able to automate some of that stuff where we can have a ship automatically fly in, load up all the things and head out. But that's just not how the cookie crumbles. And I also don't know when we go to the logistics menu if we can go through other things. Interstellar logistics, what does that do? All right, I don't know what that button does. So maybe that's the answer to what we need to do, is we can figure out that. But let's go to our gas collector right now because that's our next thing. We need to manufacture resin. So if we go back in and click on any of this stuff, you can see we have a collector that goes to the gas. We refine it. It goes to that, and then that. Okay. That's a lot of stuff we need to do. Our docking port being there is interesting. But we're going to install... Alright, we don't have anything. So we got to transport to the nebula. We got to do that. Manufacture that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we need to buy... gas collector. I'm going to grab 2 of the... Or let's just grab all of them. Why not? Refinery, yes. The chemical lab, is that what we needed? Combine multiple, so... Sure. I'm gonna grab those. And what was the other? We need a storage tank. And then we need a loader. Alright, all of that's bought, so we're good there. I also should also buy some fuel. And I should buy some storage for the fuel. Oh no, we can't. Never mind. I don't know why I can't learn that lesson, but it just doesn't work. Okay. So happy with all that. Oh, we have no storage for the copper ingots, so we're full up on that. Oh no, there's storage there. What are you talking about? Oh, copper ingots. Okay, so I'm gonna go over storage here. Copper ingots. Set a small area for that. And then we'll also do a small area for our metal ingots. That one's not there. That one is there. And once this bad boy is done, we're going to switch that over to frame. No, there's no reason to do that. Okay, we're okay. I think we're all right. What I may do, though, is this guy here. What are you? You're copper, copper, copper. Okay, so this one we're going to switch over to being metallics. All right, we just need to try to speed that up hopefully a little bit. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it makes me feel better. One of the things I wish this game had was an ability. I mean, I know we can kind of see the power grid here. I don't know. This is not my favorite way of looking at it. And you can see we do stretch out and see what we're supplying at any one time, what the draw is. I just wish there was a little bit better of a way. Like maybe just like a little meter, like up here, we can have a little meter that shows our overall stuff. But you can see we do have some fluctuations there. So I might try to buy some. Well, can't do it here, but I might try to buy some stuff there. All right, let's go in here. We're going to install. The first thing we need to do is get some of these bad boys. So, can I rotate them? No. Okay, so I'm going to just do the 3 of these here. 1, 2, 3. That's going to go to a huge tank. All those are going to be there, cable-wise. Where's our power? Let's get that going to all of those. Okay. So we got that. There's not going to be anything happening with that right now. What I want to do is make sure that goes to there. Then it needs to go off to the refiner thing. So let's go ahead and look at those. The refinery. So we have power. With inputs and outputs, and I just don't know which one's what here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get our power set up first. Then we'll go over to our pipes. And we're just going to have all of the bottom pipes be our store or whatever this stuff is, and then all of these guys are going to come out and do whatever that is. Then I need to install another huge tank. Boom. Pipe's going to go into that. Cool. All right, and then I just need to go back and reference. All right, so boom, 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 boom. So it's going to go to that and then resin. All right, so the next step of this is going to be to install our chemical labs. And that takes 3 things, apparently. Oh, God help us. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Cable-wise. Got all of that. And we're going to be... Oh, maybe that's why I don't have it configured. So I want to make the gas here. And let me go back into pipes because now... Okay, see? Now it did its thing. So I need to get rid of all of that stuff. The gas is going to be here and there. And then we're going to wrap it around so it makes sense. Now these guys can come out there, out there. All right, that's cool. All right, and then I need to set these things up. They're making resin. And then we go into pipes. They have power. They just need to have this stuff, it looks like. And I don't know if this is right or not, but I'm just going to do that for now. So it's going to do 5 of those into that. Okay. And then what I want to do is I'm going to install all of the storage crates. And I wish we could do more, but we can't right now. And then on this, it's going to be resin, which we can oddly store inside of those. Real quick, can we do like water and stuff? Nope, we can do that. Fuel we know we can't do, but we can do that. We can do the FTL stuff, so whatever. And then storage-wise, I'm going to just go ahead and do resin wherever it happens to be. There it is. Alright, trade, sell. Alright, we don't have any resin on board. Alright, so our next job here is to... Actuators going up. We're about halfway there on actuators, which is great. Let's go ahead to a sector map. Where is a nebula? I think... So you see these little cloudy areas? Those count as nebulas. So let's go ahead out here, I think. And jump and see if that's what we need to do. No, I need an FTL. Alright, we'll do that. If it's... We're going to buy below. If it's... Let's go with 10. Confirm. Confirm. I also want to buy more store. Nope, not that. Oh my gosh. So our FTL drive is going to live, I guess, back here. Our small storage tank can exist over there. I'll make sure this bad boy has some power. And this is going to be for FTL charge. Okay. So all that stuff's going to be cleared out of there. We still have a huge tank that we can work with. And then we still have a loader, which I don't think we're going to need, but we can see what we need with it. All right. So now, I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and launch. Out to there. Prepare to jump, baby. And we're going to jump. Jump on it. Jump on it. All right, let's escort isotopes. Oh, they come from those things. They go to hyperspace. Okay. That's easy enough to do. I think we already did this, right? Alright, but what I really am concerned about right now... Ooh, that's cool looking. What's that ship? Stranded. That's no fun. And then this area is full up on all this stuff. Just making things slowly but surely. Alright, this one we're going to switch over to an actuator as well. And that one's also going to be an actuator. What are you making? You're making frames. Cool. All right. We will figure out a better solution to all of this later. But right now we need to go back to our gas collector and figure out where we can go. And I have to figure out all of that. Let's go over here and just see if that's a nebula. Alright, got all of that. Need some equipment, so we need to transport to a nebula. Chemical labs for each. You want a storage tanks, a buffer, and your products, and upgrade power. Oh, I didn't upgrade the power grid. I might want to do that too. Is this a nebula over here? I just don't know what a nebula, where a nebula is at right now. That's my problem. So we're just going to explore a little bit. Basically, I want to make sure there's no other ships around. We'll jump there, and we'll see what we get. I honestly don't know what we're going to get from that one. I guess we'll zoom in on the ship and see if it's... It's over there. Is this where we blew up the hostels? I think it is. Yeah, look, their bodies are still floating there. Oops. All right. Not what we needed. Maybe we'll go over to the comet. I don't know. I'll have to Google it at some point. I just don't know the answer to this question right now. Or I'll have to go back to season 1 videos and see what we have. But right now, we're not finding nebula, so let's go see if it's in with this. It is not. At least to my knowledge here, it is not. All right. I legitimately don't know where this is at. Does dark mode do anything different? Oh, that makes things a little different. So yeah, we can see these little clouds, I believe, are the nebulas. I want to go over there, but there's nothing there for us to go to. The shipyard's out of it. The colony's out of it. That's out of it. That's out. Why is everything's out of it? All right, we're going to go back there because at least there's a shipyard so we can improve our power situation if we need to. Which we need to. Oh, no, they're running. They're working. Okay. All right, and I'm going to... we need to have some more... No, not that. I need a reactor or 2. Nope, 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 not there. I guess I'll put it down here. So cabling's easy, and then piping should be really easy. We're just existing on the outside edge. There we go. All right, so these are running. That's what we wanted. These guys are doing their thing. They're going. We're gathering gas here. That's going. There's stuff going there. These guys are maybe producing stuff. Yeah, look at that. They're producing stuff. And look, it's there. It's doing it. We have resin. We have resin. I actually really love these graphics too. Zoomed out, they're nice and sharp, but you zoom in and they kind of have this, they're not pixelated, but they're fuzzy. And I really actually dig what's going on with all this. The only thing I don't like, everybody looks so unhappy. Like, look at this guy. He looks so unhappy. This guy, so unhappy. This guy, he's happy. See that smile? He's happy. But everybody else seems not very happy with what's going on. And I guess that's fine, but it's entertaining to watch. All right. So we have all that. We do have sewage on board that we need to also address. We may do that up there, or we're just going to ignore it for a while. I don't know. So if we just do a sewage pipe. So that's in habitation. We're going to need a CO2 scrubber for sure, unless this one already has one, which it does not look like it does. All right, so let's go ahead and just make sure this ship can last. So do that. CO2 scrubber. Sewage pipe. Wastewater treatment. Air purifier. Oxygen maker. Air reprocessor. And hydroponics. Get all of that on board. It's all going to exist up here, most likely. And I should see if also that. No, not that. Yeah. Keep giving me the big storage crates. Do that all day long. All right. So with this, our space suits are going to go over here. Just want them to be out of the way. There we go. Get those two. We're going to install a CO2 scrubber first. That's going to go into a small tank. And then that's going to go into a Which one? Air reprocessor. That's what I was looking for. And that's also going to go into a small tank. We get all this stuff. It's power that it needs. Do that. That's going to go to there. That's going to go into there. And in a perfect world, we bring it all the way back to our oxygen. Actually, how are we breathing on the ship? I actually don't know how we're breathing on the ship. So let's go ahead and go back to habitation. We need to make sure we have an air duct. That was confusing. I'm not as worried about all the other stuff. So cables are good there. We need pipes. Connect that up. There we go. Yeah, but I legit don't... I see this oxygen tank. Oh, there it is. There's our air duct. Okay. Never mind. I'm an idiot. And let's see, how much of this resin have we... We've done 25 of the resin. That's fantastic. Like, it's not crazy, but it's good. Our foundry here is on low fuel as well. So we will have to prepare to jump over... Ooh, I like dark mode, actually. Let's go ahead and jump out and get that part taken care of. And not sector map. I want to go to Stargate. And we should be able to sell all of that. Trade fuel. And here, if we're ever below, let's say 24, we're always going to do that. And I don't know if these are sticky for the ship itself or for something else, but whatever it is, we got it taken care of. Got lots of fuel coming on board. Pay him his money. Oh, do we... Oh, hold on. Okay, no, we're doing our thing. Okay. We're just selling all these actuators. Okay, we're good. I thought for a second that it meant that we sold all of those, and that's not what I... Or, like, we'd have to restart. That's not what I want to do. Beyond that, for this ship, I think we're in good shape overall. I do want to get some more storage. So confirm those. We can build out more of that so we can get more ingots and all that stuff going, because I should also get some more fabricators. I just don't want to go too crazy, because what I eventually want to do is automate all of this. I don't need to have all these people running around. I can automate lots of this stuff. It's just that it's going to take a little time to do. So storage crate 1 and 2. We're now manufacturing lots more Stargate of these guys. So this one is copper, so we're going to change this one to copper. And this one is metal. So we have all of that. Now these can fire up. In a perfect world, what I'd do is have basically a big line of tracks here. And then we can just have the robots take these off, throw it on tracks, and the tracks would automatically go into these, and then these would automatically outload into whatever it is. Alright, the foundry ship also has no storage for seats. Did we actually start? Oh, we did start this up. Beautiful. Do we have compost? Yeah, we're lacking compost. Not that. I want to go in and trade for some compost. And that should allow us to start growing some more. Because you can see, we're growing stuff, but not enough. There we go. Okay. So that ship's doing its thing. Our gas collector is doing its thing. What's up, dude? Factory, something's brewing at the asteroid belt. We better take a look. All right, let's go with our cruiser here. Ship is rocking and rolling. So let's go ahead and do our sector map. Jump over there and see what's going on. Uh-oh. Yeah. Sorry, dude. Oh, geez. That's, that escalated. Those look mean. So Dogma Centurion, Dogma Citadel, Dogma Spartan. And there's our Raymond Darnell. All right, I'm not doing anything, guys. Like, I'm here. Okay. I don't want you to have it all, actually. I'd be totally cool with just, like, chilling here, guys. So this bad boy looks like it is loaded up. So we're going to fly this one out while we're figuring out what the heck is going on there. We're going to go over to here. Prepare to jump. We have everything else on board that we need or could possibly want for. And that's our hyperspace isotopes. All right, I want to see if a ship comes in here. So let me go to trade. We want to sell. And I think I already did this, but let's just double check. There we go. All right, so we're selling those. There we go. Our crew is going to unload all that stuff. It's going to take a little while because that's a lot of stuff to sell. But we are rolling into cash. We're almost there on Stargate actuators, actually, which is nice. And we still need to, I mean, we need to have either another ship that's going to do this stuff or figure out a different solution. I'm not worried about the foundry not having space for compost. That's okay. Are their ships? Okay, their ships are gone now, which is nice. This can all resume and do its thing. Look at the amount of frames we have. That's wild. All right, so we're doing our thing there. We are absolutely bottlenecked right now, but that's okay. We can deal with that. It's just a matter of getting all this up and running more efficiently. So isotopes. Go to there. Oh, we have to. Okay. So let's fabricate a new ship or see what we have. We have this milling station, which don't care for that. We have this little guy, and we have this guy. Let's start with this one. Can I buy it? I can. And then we can go into the editor and make it bigger. So let's editor. Make a much bigger hole. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to use the grids to help me out here. And I'm really boring when it comes to spaceship design in this game. All right, so that's our ship now. Oh no, I want that all to be hull too. Go back here and make sure we have this all is hull. Confirm. Then all of that is going to be floor space. Confirm that. And then habitation layer is just going to be directly on top. Okay, that looks fine. So now we need a docking port. Hyperspace scopes. What does hyperspace sensor do? We'll get them anyway. What else do we need? We need refineries. We need tanks. Engines. Thrusters. I don't know how we get this all to the ship. Oh, it's already here. Okay, cool. So docking port, actually let me throw in my thrusters first. So we're gonna install thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then our docking port, or actually let's put our docking port back here. So I'm gonna put engines in first, I think. So we're really gonna spread that out. Our docking port's gonna be roughly in the middle. I don't really know. Our hyperspace scopes. It's all gonna go to a huge tank. Cables. Oh, I need generators still. Or a reactor, excuse me. And batteries. And that. We need air ducts, CO2 scrubbers, oxygen loader, FCL drive. What does the air reprocessor do? Okay. Did I get a CO2 thingy? Yeah. Okay. And then I need some small tanks. All right. So we have all of that. I don't know what the hyperspace sensor does, so we're just going to leave that as is for now. Cable wise, that's all going to go down here. All right, pipes, we're just going to feed that right into there, feed that right into there. And then from there, we're going to install all of the other things that we need to have. So we need an FTL drive. That's going to exist right there. Do we have storage? Install a small storage crate right there, and that's going to be set for FTL stuff. We're going to install all of our generators or reactors or whatever the heck they're called. 1, 2, 3. We'll put a huge tank over here. A fuel loader is going to go into there. Get all the cables and all that stuff set up. Pipes. There. And then this guy obviously needs to hook up with the rest of the line there. Actually, we'll just pull it all the way straight down here. All right, what else do we need to install? We need air duct. On oxygen loader. Small tank, yep. Cabling for this is at least easy. And then piping is also easy. And then I want to do CO2, scrubber extracts carbon dioxide. That's what not what I need. I need the air reprocessor. That's what I need. Small tank. And a CO2 scrubber. Cables are going to go all the way down there. Boom, boom, boom. We got our pipes. Oxygen City. All right, all of that should be fine. I'm trying to think if there's any glaring issues that I don't have. So when I go to install, we know we need the refinery, right? Because if we go over and click on this, goes this to that, the refinery to, I should probably get another huge tank. Or a medium tank is fine. And then I need a loader. So we're going to install refinery. And that's all going to flow over to this medium tank. And then we're going to put that into a loader. The pipes for this are at least easy. We have to see what the rest are because I don't have that set up yet. We have to build it first to see what's what. So we got power to all of that stuff. And then do I just hit fabricate ship? Nope. How do I build all of these things? All right, I think I messed up there with that. So I'm going to go back over to the editor and put in a dock. And I'm just going to throw this over here for now. And I don't think that did anything. Oh, I should buy food and water. All right, and again, I don't know how to... Okay, oh. It's doing things. Look at it, it's doing things. All right, so they're all on board. We need to buy oxygen. Nope. We need fuel. And FTL. All right, and I don't know if this means that we're going to be screwed over here or what's going on. I may just sell this ship entirely and then figure out what the heck's going on. All right, let's sell it. Confirm. Let's go to fabricate a ship and figure out a better way to do this. Now, what's cool about this is there's tons of ships available for all kinds of different things. You can search for here about what it is, and they come from all different places. I'm not super concerned about any of that. Basically, I just want to find something that has a big front. So, like something like this, the miner like looks all right. Bulk hauler, no. Gas man, no. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and take a look. Our founder ship, what is it doing? It has no storage left over because we are full up on all that stuff. So we're gonna go over and sell all of those. And then our gas collector is full up on all that. So let's go ahead and make some more storage for more resin. Because we absolutely can afford more of that stuff. And that means we're still making all this stuff. We have to pay this dude some money. That's doing its thing. All right. So it has storage. This one still has no storage for stuff just because we are doing all of the work for this thing to exist. Storage for compost is just going to exist right there. All right, so we're going to stop doing that. So all right, we stopped production on that because it says we're done. So there's no reason to go forward with that. We're just about there with the whatchamacallit. What are we making right now? What is that? Okay, they're just putting that over there. But our gas collector is killing it. Look at that thing. It's almost full up. So we can get more storage crates. So let's buy all of those up. And then we can go into trade. We want to auto trade. And sell resin. So anytime sell above 0. Boom. All right, we owe him his money. I know you appreciate prompt payment. Everybody does. But now we can go in and install some more of our storage crates. Oops, something big's going by. There it goes. Alright, but we're at 230 on that. That's wild. I also like that we can automatically sell them as they come in. So, like, what I'm doing now is completely unnecessary as far as storage because we're in a spot where we can sell stuff automatically. But that's neither here nor there. It just is something that we can pay attention to. So we'll get resin. 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 Cool. And then we should be able to eliminate all of this stuff here. Let's just speed it up so we can get it all out of here. You can see we've made more and we should be automatically selling this, I think. Not quite. So we should be able to just sell that right off the bat. No, we don't have any. Okay. Alright. I am going to pay him his money. It looks like we're going to have to do... Oh, okay. So it is. It's going. So we're just going to play this until we get to the 250, and then we'll figure out stable isotopes next go around. All right, so we got that taken care of. All right, So I'm real happy with where we're at right now. Like we have all of this stuff taken care of. We got this cool stuff going on. But we do need to get this factory ship back out to being able to make stuff. Just gotta figure out what the heck I want it to make. I know I can make tracks, so I could right click on this and just have it make tracks, which that doesn't sound like a terrible idea. So let's have it do that for a little while here. And do we have storage? Oh, we do. Dock it up. Fantastic. We're going to install a storage crate. And we'll just throw that, I don't know. Throw it up there for right now. And that's just going to be for tracks. No, you're doing it for the revenue. Don't lie to me. We know you're doing it for the revenue. All right, I don't care what you want. And then the last things we need to do here is just set what we want here. Sector surveying, don't know what that does. Mining, track speed. Track speed. Then we have robotic arm stuff. Logistics 2. Recycling. Let's do that one. All right, folks. Well, that's going to wrap us up here for today. We are making stuff. We got all the things going. I'm very happy with where we're at. We just need to, you know, do more. But look at all these frames. It's beautiful. And then we have all the treks going and doing their thing. And yeah, do we have the option of switch treks? No, doesn't look like we do. Okay, not a big deal because I know we researched that. I just didn't know where they went. So that's the thing we need to do, and we'll get that all figured out. But folks, thanks as always for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.